For tremolo, there's some of that same rotation movement that was in arpeggios. So if the bass is, I'm exaggerating it, but you know, you're going to have to position for the thumb and then position for the fingers. So you're going to have that slight rotating movement that Kevin and Rene demonstrate. The other thing is sort of that positioning, like in intervals. You know, you don't want to be reaching with the thumb. You kind of want to use some shoulder to arm joint to help it get to where it needs to be. And then one thing that I found really helpful is, you know, we talked about alternating attention, but so one thing you can do is pay attention to each finger. But the other thing that you can do is you can kind of say, I know that if the way I think about it is I know what it feels like when my ring finger is lined up correctly. And so if I always focus on making sure that the way the ring finger feels and its relationship to the thumb is always good, then all the other fingers, in other words, if you position the hand such that the ring finger feels and sounds right, I've found that often the other fingers tend to go along and work. And that's especially a helpful technique for when you're playing on the, say, the B string, where you're trying not to hit the high E string. That was really hard for me for a long time. And in this case, for the flamenco tremolo, I actually pay attention to the index finger, because it's, so if the index finger feels right, if the index finger feels off, it means the alignment of the index finger is off, and that probably means that the alignment of the others is off. But if the index is right, then usually the rest will go to where they need to be, and I found that's helped immensely, because then you're not thinking about, you know, 4 fingers or 5 in the case of the flamenco tremolo. You're just kind of thinking about 1 or 2, the thumb and either the I finger for the flamenco tremolo or the A finger for classical tremolo. As far as exercises for this, Scott Tennant has a little passage in pumping nylon that you can use. I like to use just any melody. I'll also improvise. This is like Fly Me to the Moon. I'll also improvise little flamenco passages like in a Faruca. I think this is like influence from a Sabicas falsetta, but I'm basically improvising. The other thing you can do is you can use passages from a flamenco or from a tremolo piece. So a few different exercise options for you.